Hello there, folks. This is Craig from Midlife Fitness, and I'm here today. I'll go ahead and let her introduce herself.
My name is Sandra Hanses. I'm a personal trainer at Club 24.
Okay. So before we got recording here today, we started to talk a little bit about how you got into helping out others with fitness. Can you tell us a little bit about your story?
Well, it starts about 5-6 years ago when I started getting into fitness. My kids got old enough to where I could get back into fitness. You know, when you're in high school, you're fit as a fiddle and you're running around and you're doing sports, and then you have babies, and those babies take up a lot of time, and you drop those sports and you drop your activities to focus on your kids.
Right.
And then when our kids get older and they're self-sufficient, we kind of go back into fitness. And that's what I did. I started getting back into fitness at about 37 years old, and found a personal trainer, found a gym I liked, worked out there for a long time, and eventually after about 4 or 5 years I decided that I wanted to learn more about it. I wanted to learn more on the personal trainer side, like what it is that can help other people, but mainly it was I wanted to be able to help myself more.
Sure.
And so I went in and I got my personal trainer certification, and just started teaching little classes here and there. Started a little boot camp in my basement at my house, and have gals, because I live way out in North Franklin County,
Okay.
north of Pasco.
Okay.
And so people that don't want to drive all the way into town come to my house on Monday and Wednesday nights and come to my little boot camp.
Sure.
And so I started doing that, got a lot of success with the ladies there, dropping weight, having a good time. And a friend of mine that I hadn't seen in quite a long time saw me one day at the Ben Franklin Fair and started talking to me about what I was doing. And I told her, well, I'm getting my personal training certification and I'm doing this and that with it. And she was like, really? Well, I think I would like you to come work for Club 24.
Oh, nice. This was the owner of Club 24? Or
No, this is, she was working in Club 24.
Okay. All right.
Kind of managing the whole thing,
Gotcha. Okay.
the different gyms and stuff. And so I went into Club 24 and started personal training there.
Very nice, very
Yeah.
nice. So it sounds a little like some of my goals as well. So basically you started working with a personal trainer and you wanted to get a little more information, and as you started digging into that, it turned into something a little more.
Yeah, it just kind of snowballed. It didn't necessarily, wasn't supposed to snowball, but it did.
So you didn't have a picture in your head of being a personal
No.
trainer or working
No.
with other people.
No,
so
not
how do you
necessarily.
like working with people?
You know, I've always been a coach.
Ah, okay.
So I'm a girls softball coach, a youth group minister, just a 4-H leader, always a leader or a coach in some aspect of my kids' lives. And so taking on a coach's role for other adults was just kind of natural
Just
for
built
me, and I
into
just
it.
kind of jumped right into it, and I love it.
That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we do have a few questions, so what I'll do is kind of roll with some of the things that we talked about. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the daily life of you?
Of me. So my husband and I own a farm out in North Franklin County.
Okay.
And so...
For people in North Franklin County, it's going to be in Washington State, in eastern Washington State.
Right, North Franklin
Okay.
County, Washington State, north of Pasco.
Okay.
And so my main job on the farm is, well, I have a few. I'm a certified welder. I got my associate's degree in welding from CBC.
Nice.
So I do all the welding on the farm. When major equipment breaks down, I fix it. I do the books, you know, keep the accounting records and everything going on the farm. I was an EMT for 15 years out there, a volunteer EMT. And so that's always been kind of my thing. Somebody gets hurt, that's my job on the farm, you know.
Uh-huh.
All of that. And then also, two friends of mine and I, we started Renegade Rage. It's an obstacle course mud run here in the Tri-Cities.
Great.
And that is situated out on our farm.
Very nice.
So right now, what I've been doing these days is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning, I get up, and I go in for my personal workout, which is incredibly intense. I absolutely love it. I work out as hard as I can, 110%. And then I go do errands. I either do errands in town or I go home and I do book work. And then Tuesday, Thursdays, I go out to Club 24 and I do personal training for people. And then Friday afternoons, I go out onto Renegade Rage on the course and we build obstacles to get ready for this year's Renegade Rage.
So tell us a little bit about Renegade Rage. What's the intent? What's its purpose? What's its goal?
Well, Renegade Rage started because I went to an obstacle course mud run. That's how I got into fitness. I mean, that is what grabbed me and pulled me in. My friend Debbie, she was like, Sandra, we're going to go do this obstacle course mud run. I was like, great, sounds like a good time. Let's go do it. We went and did it, and I was blown away, absolutely hooked right away. So I started looking for training in this, and that's how I got started with my personal trainer to begin with.
Nice. Okay.
And so him and another friend of ours were also into doing obstacle course mud runs. And so the three of us started going on different obstacle course runs throughout the Pacific Northwest. And we got hooked on it and we started dreaming. And we decided that we were going to build a course. And so the first year we did it out on Easter Day Farms. They had a farm that they allowed us to set up all of our obstacles and everything. And after that first year, they were like, okay, that was fun, but we're good. No, let's not do it again. And me and my three friends were like, yeah, but we really enjoyed it.
Right.
And I think we still want to do it. So we moved everything over to our farm. And that's how it started out on my farm.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
So,
it sounds almost like a dirty version of American Ninja.
It is. It is. And we really try to build our obstacles so that they're Spartan quality.
Mm-hmm.
Because one of the main things that people complain about Spartan is that there's not much mud and water, but their obstacles are great.
Gotcha.
And so I've been all over the U.S. I've gone to Vermont for races. I've been down to Atlanta for races, Philadelphia, just all over the United States to do races. And so we bring back all of that knowledge and bring it into the obstacles that we build here. And the reason we really started Renegade Rage was because we wanted to get other people into fitness. We wanted to tell other people about this. Like, this is a lot of fun. Come do this with us. Come experience it. Come get hooked on it, and come get off the couch, Tri-Cities.
So does this become a training tool for you? Do you get people to come out to your farm, or is that still a goal that you're pushing?
We're always pushing that goal, but yes, people come out, and we get 300 people that come out and run Renegade Rage.
Oh, 300! Wow, okay, all right,
yeah.
Oh, that's quite the attendance. So, and you do that yearly, or?
Yes, once a year.
Once a year.
And then we're also open on corporate events. We have weekends where people come in and bring their whole company and all of their employees and all of their spouses and kids, and they all come out.
Well, you hear that. If you want to, get together in a corporate retreat, a little bit messy, a little bit physical, but sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah. It's very addictive. I absolutely love it.
Website for that?
Mm-hmm. RenegadeRage.com.
There you go. You heard it. RenegadeRage.com. So check that out. That sounds very interesting. So pushing along here. So we talked a little bit about how fitness already became part of your life, but let's talk a little bit about Club 24. And so you kind of told us the story, that really manager came along and was a friend of yours. And what do you think about Club 24? What keeps you working there? Tell me a little bit about the business.
I like Club 24 because they're really pushing to make themselves a training gym for the common person. It's not going to be the gym for the big, heavy lifter that wants to go to do competitions or the physique competitions.
Sure.
It's going to be a gym for everyday people that really just want to learn how to lose weight. I get clients all the time that walk in the doors and they say, I have no idea what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
I don't know what this machine does, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what this machine does. I don't know what this machine does. I guess I'll go get on the treadmill. And Club 24 is really trying to turn that around and make it so that we pull people off the treadmill and say, hey, this can be fun.
Sure.
Let us show you how.
Nice.
That's what I like about Club 24.
Yeah, I am a Club 24 user. I'm very happy with it myself, and that's actually how we met. And while I need to get out to the West Richland version, I have a club that's close to me as well, and it's I really have enjoyed it. And you're exactly right. I mean, that's the part of it is not feeling like overly dominated by larger or completely fit people, because we don't all start that way. Even myself, starting, at basically age 48, the last time I picked up weights, I would probably have been 17, 18 years old. So, it wasn't even a consideration for me until I just decided, I only get one of these lives. And I think that there's more people like me at home saying, or maybe they need to, that you only get one of these lives, and you got to take care of your own body if you want to try to maintain that life a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm. So. A lot of the problems, though, that people have is just finding the motivation to get into a gym.
Yeah.
And really, that's where personal trainers come in. They keep you motivated. They keep you on top of your goals. They help you reach your goals. They teach you how to get to your goals. And people think of personal trainers as only for those big bulky guys going for the competitions. Mm-hmm. And it's really not how it is. Personal trainers are there to help educate people on how to get fit, how to take care of their bodies, how to use the equipment in the gym, rather than just get on the treadmill and go on the treadmill all the time.
Yeah, it's funny. I'll tell you a quick story. Mm-hmm. I'm originally from Buffalo, New York, and I recently visited there. This was maybe 6-7 months ago. And so I was looking for a gym just to use as a trial membership, or just something that I could use for the few days I was going to be visiting my brother there. And I had the unfortunate mistake of choosing a gym that wound up with pretty much mostly heavy lifters and really physically fit people. And it was not a very friendly scenario for me either, and I wound up hurting myself to boot. So you do need to choose wisely, and you check the surroundings. Definitely want to have a look at the gym that you're considering. Find out, is it friendly for everybody? Because in truth, they aren't.
All gyms are different.
Gyms are different.
They are.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy the experience with Club 24, and not all of you are going to have a Club 24 near you, but you're bound to have something just like it nearby. So we'll continue on here. Have you noticed an uptick in the desire for middle-aged and seniors to become more fit? Is this a recent trend? Am I part of some new trend, or is this, are people just doing this?
I don't think that it's necessarily a new trend. I think that people are starting to step into a gym and ask questions and try to figure out how to do it. But I don't think it's a new trend. My mom, she's in her 60s, and she's been asking for years, how do I lose weight? How do I get fit? How do I feel better? And so like all my life, I remember her saying that. My grandmother too, when she was younger, she was always saying, oh, I got this big belly on me, I need to lose some weight. So I don't necessarily think it's a new thing, but I think people are starting to realize that they can go into a gym, talk to a personal trainer, maybe get some personal training sessions so that they can get started and get into what it is that I'm doing in the gym, and how do I achieve my goals. And oh wow, this personal trainer is really holding me accountable. You go in there and you say, I'm a little tired today, and they say, okay, well, let's get you going.
And so what role do you think the diet plays in everything that is around fitness? I mean, what would you say the percentage of fitness is really about food?
Oh, what percentage of fitness is about food? Fitness and nutrition go hand in hand, but they are each their own thing. Okay. So if you want to feel good and lose weight, fitness and nutrition go hand in hand. You need both. You can lose weight with only one and not the other, but if you want to feel good, you need both. Because what you're eating and what we're putting into our bodies these days is amazingly poor for us. And Americans just don't understand that. They don't understand what maltodextrin is. They don't understand what a carb is. They don't understand that a carb is sugar and that sugar is carb.
Right.
They don't understand that bread is a carb and that whole wheat isn't necessarily healthy as it's been projected towards us. It's still a carb. And if you're eating, 5 slices of bread a day because it's whole wheat and I'm being healthy, you're not necessarily doing yourselves any favor.
The little tricks, the little games played with food in order to sell more food.
Yeah, right?
Especially processed food.
Uh-huh. And the little tricks that they make to make an expensive ingredient stretch out, those little tricks are harmful to our health and harmful for us to necessarily ingest. That's what's putting weight on us, and we don't realize it.
So how do you handle your diet? I mean, what does a day in your diet look like? Are you one of these people that believes in small meals, or are you eating when you can? I mean, because a lot of us, just to be frank and just a quick, a lot of us can't always eat the way that you've been told to eat, and what I mean by that is occasionally you're told that really an ideal diet, and you can confirm or deny this for me, is that to eat like 6 tiny meals throughout the scheduled course of a day, and that can work well depending upon what your schedule is. But let's face it, in today's America, when you have to work 40, 60, who knows how many hours a week, and go home and take care of your family, that's not always practical. So what do you think about that, and how do you make those adjustments if a schedule is a difficult thing for you?
I have always said that everybody needs to find what works for them. Okay. But when you're talking about nutrition, it comes down to calories in versus calories out. Mm-hmm. Okay. So if you have a day that you're going to be at work all day long and you're sitting at the desk and you're not going to be getting up and get your heart rate up, then your calories should be a little less. If you've got a day where you're going to be really putting in some yard work all day, and then you're going to go hit the gym, and then maybe you're going to go for, whatever, then you need a little bit more calories for your body to sustain, right?
Right.
If you want to lose weight, then the calories in need to be significantly less than the calories, or the calories out need to be, right? You need to eat less than you're going to burn so that your body burns that fat.
This makes sense, yeah.
Right. So what do I do personally for my nutrition? I've done a lot of different things. I've been on nutrition programs. They work great. I've eaten 6 times a day. And if in eating 6 times a day, I'm eating the right things, I lose weight.
Right.
But if I get those days where I just don't care and I think, well, I'm going to eat whatever I want, I'm not going to lose weight.
Right.
Right?
Right.
For me personally right now, for about 4 months now, I have been on the keto diet.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And it's working quite well for me. The thing about being on all those nutrition programs for me was I could do it, and I got the willpower. I will stick to that program for 3 months. But after about 3 months, I'm going to start getting tired of eating like this.
Sure.
And I'm going to want my bowl of ice cream, and I'm going to want my piece of chocolate.
Right.
And eventually, I'm going to break down and eat them. And then once I start doing that and I start going off that diet, I start gaining weight back.
Sure.
And so what I like about the keto diet is that the way that you eat, and if you're doing it correctly, you can still make those treats that you like and eat them, and you're using sugar-free substitutes, and you're finding the right one that works for you, and you're making yourself your favorite little snack, and then you can have that and move on.
Right.
And
Nice.
And then the other thing is you've reduced so many carbs out of your diet that it gets to the point where you're not even craving sweets anymore. So it's a no problem. Like I used to eat ice cream every day at 3 o'clock. Every day at 3 o'clock. And maybe again at 4 o'clock. And on this keto diet, all of my sugar cravings are gone. It's really fantastic. But that's what works for me.
Yeah.
And I've always said you've got to find what works for you. People ask me throughout the years, what did you do to lose all your weight? Because I was 50 pounds overweight when I started, and I discovered obstacle course racing. And I can tell them what I did, but in the end, it's still going to be, you've got to find something that you really enjoy. Fitness needs to be fun.
Right.
That's what I like doing as a personal trainer. Bringing somebody in the gym and saying, what is it you like to do? And they're like, well, I have no idea. Well, let's find out. And then we go through things and we find out what they like, and that's what we build on.
That sounds like a lot of fun. It does. I do I do something similar to keto. I'm doing a macronutrient diet. So I'm definitely measuring, the amount of calories that I take in on a daily basis, and high in proteins and a lot less carbs. I don't zero out my carbs, but it's still, like you say, it's still about measuring the number of calories that you're taking in a day versus your resting metabolism. So
it sounds like you're on a low carb diet.
Yeah, I mean, really, I am. I personally eat roughly somewhere in the realm of 60 carbs a day. I don't know how low that would be to somebody on a keto diet, but it's probably about 60 carbs a day. But in terms of my proteins, I'm eating almost a gram per pound of my weight, so which leaves me little room for fat. But, like she says, I mean, you take a look at the keto diet, take a look at whatever works for you. But I agree with her. I mean, I've tried Weight Watchers before, and other set programs, and those things have never really done it for me. Ultimately, it became about a change in mindset and being able to eat the things that you want, and that's what I like about what you mentioned with the keto diet and what I'm currently doing now is you're still kind of balancing the things that you want and need. And doing so in a way that still falls into your daily numbers, it still keeps you responsible for what you're doing. And, if you occasionally take a day off and have a beer,
then you get back on it the next day.
And you get back on it the next day, right?
That's
or you
the
account
ticket.
for it.
And that's the ticket right there.
Mm-hmm.
Is, everybody's going to have a cheat meal.
That's it.
But if you're going to have that little cheat meal, the next day get back on it. Don't wait. Don't be like, well, I cheated.
That's exactly what my little slogan is about. I call it wash, rinse, and repeat. And that's it. The whole concept is every now and then you're going to make a mistake. And what you need to do is wash it from your mind, rinse that out of your head and just jump right back on where you were before and
get back at it.
That's it. Get back at it, because there's no point in too many people without a good basis or a good foundation in what they're doing. It's so easy to just stop, right? It's just so easy to just, I've had 2 bowls of ice cream, 3 bowls of, no, I've had a beer, now, I'm done. No, it doesn't have to be like that.
Or I've had a beer, now I might as well have 6.
Right. Well, I've done that. But still, it's still the next day. You get on the scale and then you go,
get back on it.
That's right.
Yeah, one day of eating poorly is not going to define your weight loss.
No.
It's all the days of consistency before that and after that.
And if you never had the things you want ever, then what good is losing all the weight?
Right.
What good is being unhappy, right?
Right.
So,
we want to have a drink every now and then. We want to have that Christmas cookie every now and then.
Do it for the cake. Do it for the cookie.
But
do it for the beer.
I think the problem is that people get too lax in it. Like, well, I'm just going to have a cheat day today. And then tomorrow, well, did you go to the gym and work off that cheat day? Did you eat a little less the next day to really make up for that cheat day maybe? What did you do to make up for that cheat day? I think that's really important to address as well.
So, could you give a person at home who maybe is going to have a difficult time with regular access to a gym, you got some ideas on what they should do? Is there something that they should consider at home? What do you do if you really can't go to a gym? If you don't have the funds to be able to do that? Or, are there things around the house you can do?
Absolutely there are. And I would look up body weight exercises online.
Okay, so
there's
check out
lots
bodyweight
of stuff.
exercises.
Yep, there's lots of stuff online. Look up exercising at home. I bet you there's a ton of stuff on there. Like, we have the best resources nowadays with the internet. YouTube, people will show you right there on YouTube how to do the exercise. That's a great way. But you got to be self-motivated to do it at home, right?
Yeah, you do.
So I don't have a whole lot of great tricks for that because I'm unmotivated at home. I have a gym in my basement. Do I work out in my gym in my basement? No. I have other people come, and I put them through their paces in my gym in my basement. But I don't work out in my gym, no. Because I'll get down there and I'll start doing pull-ups, and I'll be like, oh, there's dishes that need to be done, and oh, the dryer just buzzed, I gotta go do that, and it just doesn't work for me. I've tried. I go to a gym to work out. That's where my motivation is.
I used to work from home, and I had to get an office because then trying to work from home, and you, just like you say, I mean, you wind up just finding any reason not to do what you're there to do.
What you're there to do, yep.
So, what do you think some of the myths are that people adhere to?
Fad diets.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fad dieting.
Diet in a bottle, right?
If you're going to lose weight and you're going to keep it off, it is a lifestyle change. Like you said, it's a mindset. You change your mindset. It's a lifestyle change. Fad diets drive me crazy. People, oh, I'm losing weight, I'm losing weight, I'm losing weight. Great, you're losing weight. But you have to understand how to get off that diet and be able to maintain it and have a lifestyle that way. But people don't. They lose the weight and then they jump off and they eat the way they were before and they gain all the weight back plus some, and they don't understand why. And they get upset, and so then they go on the next fad diet because I lost weight on the last one. Right? Fad diets drive me crazy.
And I totally agree with you. I mean, and I've lost, I did lose a good chunk of weight once upon a time before this, but I wasn't really in the right mental space for it. Mm-hmm. I think that's the difference. Is I probably lost 50 pounds in a much shorter period of time last time, but there wasn't an attitude that went along with it. That this time I was going to just be okay with the slow moving, paced, well thought out exercise and nutrition plan that I knew I could be, that I'd be able to follow over time. Mm-hmm. And I think the big difference between those types of programs, at least for me, those programs, like you say, it's about short term making you feel good. It's like, the 6 weeks to a bikini body, as if that's even possible,
Yeah, right.
But the truth of the matter is I was taking tons of medication before I started a lot of this. So my goals weren't just, how can I look better? I mean, I'm closing in on 50 years old, so I'm more concerned about longevity. In the fact I'm a diabetic. I've cut my medication, what was 1,000 milligrams a day. I'm taking 250 milligrams a day. So I had high blood pressure, don't take high blood pressure meds anymore. It all makes a difference, right? Is what I'm trying to say.
It sure does.
But you know what? You're not going to get that sustained stuff from these fad diets.
Yeah, you got to have the lifestyle change. So the other, it's not really like a myth, but the other thing that I see a lot of in the gym, working in the gym, is people that come in and say, well, I want to lose weight, so I'm going to get on the treadmill. And so they just do treadmill, which is going to work at first, but then your body is going to adapt to that, and you're not going to lose weight anymore. And people don't understand why I'm not losing weight. I'm running on the treadmill. Our bodies adapt to what we're doing, and so we need to be able to change the workouts that we're doing. We need to shock our body into losing weight by changing up what we're doing. And then the other really important thing about that is that people are working in a straight motion. Your arms and legs go straight forward and backwards when you're on a treadmill. When you're on a bike, your arms go straight forward and backwards. Nobody's working side to side. No one's working transverse. And that's where people that think that they're really fit because they run 20 miles a week bend over to pick up their grandkid from the side of their body, and they lift up and they throw their back out because they're strong forward.
Right.
But they haven't done anything to the side. They haven't done anything in their core. They haven't done any crossbody. They haven't worked on their back. Nothing else is strong in their core. The whole of their body isn't strong. And so that's when a lot of injuries come up.
Sure.
Especially for people who think that I'm strong, like I ride a bike 50 miles a week.
Right. You're burning calories.
You're burning calories and you're strong this way.
Right.
But are you strong to the side? Can you bend over and pick up your cat?
Not working out the rest of the muscles in the way
right.
they were built to be worked out. Makes a lot of sense.
So that's what I do as a personal trainer. I go up to people and really try to convince them to come off the treadmill.
So, how old is your oldest client?
My oldest client, well, the oldest person I've worked with was 84.
Okay.
85. Somewhere right in there, in his 80s.
So
I've had two 80s, two
how-
clients in their 80s.
How different is the workout for routine for an 84, 85-year-old?
Well, it's certainly not high intensity,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So for people in their 20s, they really want a high intensity CrossFit type like workout. Even people in their 30s and 40s are looking for that. But when we get up to somebody who's never worked out in their 40s, or we get up into our 50s, 60s, people are not necessarily looking for a real high intensity workout. They're looking for just a good workout to build muscle, maybe make them feel good, maybe lose some weight. Okay, but they're not looking to die in the gym like those people in a CrossFit want to do. I mean,
Sure.
they want to fall to the floor in exhaustion. That's what they're looking for because it feels good. I've been there. It feels good to be exhausted after a really tough workout. But people in their 50s, 60s, 70s, that's not what they're looking for. They're looking for a good workout that maybe they feel a little tired, but they feel really good and they're maintaining their quality of life. Okay, and so then we get up to 60, 70, 80, and that's what they want. They want to maintain their quality of life. I want to still be able to bend over and feed my cat, pick my leg up and get it into the bathtub. You know, those are things that go away. I want to be able to keep my balance. Like, I work on balance with all of my older clients. Balance is number one thing we work on because it goes away and people don't realize it's going until they come see me and I say, well, how's your balance? And they say, it's great. I go, okay, well, let's test it. and then they find out
That's so well, yeah.
maybe my balance isn't where I thought it was.
I remember
And so
my
we work
first
on
balance
balance.
test. That was very funny.
Yeah.
At least for everybody who was watching me try to
Right?
balance myself.
Uh-huh.
I looked like a weeble.
Yeah, so exercise for seniors is based on how well they slept the night before, okay, and then they choose their weights and they choose how many reps of an exercise I give them. So if I say we're going to do bicep curls, okay, I'm going to have a recommended weight, probably 5 to 10 pounds, okay, for these seniors.
Okay.
And we'll put 5 pounds in their hand, they'll tell me, oh, no, that's not enough. We can go more. So we'll put 10 in their hands. Or they'll maybe at 5 they'll say, no, this is just too heavy, and we'll go down to 2.5. Okay? And then they'll start doing their bicep curls, and we'll get to 6 and they'll say, I'm exhausted, I want to stop. Or maybe we'll get to 12 and they're like, I feel really good. I got all the way to 12.
Right.
So when we get up into the seniors, I really cater that workout to helping them understand what it is they need to do, but then they decide how much they can do based on how they're feeling that day.
Sure.
Because so many things impact how strong they are that day.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, I don't think I have any more questions for you today, but I'd like you to go ahead and tell people how they can reach you if they want to book some training with you over at the West Richland Club 24. How can they get a hold of you?
Okay, well, they can call Club 24 and ask for me. They can email me at tigerfit24@hotmail.com.
Okay.
And let's see, I don't actually have the number for Club 24 on me.
That's not a problem. I'll find it and I'll add that to the video. So,
Yeah,
I'll
so
do it.
that's how they can get a hold of me. And then they can also call into, if they're a Club 24 member, you get a free 30-minute personal training session
Oh, nice.
with the trainer at the club.
Okay.
So whichever club you're at, you can sign up for a free 30-minute personal training session with a trainer at that club.
That sounds fantastic.
So at my club at West Richland, you can go in and up on the counter, there's some sheets, and I have all my open times available written on those sheets, and you just fill in your name with your phone number, and you got an appointment with me.
Great. All right. All right. I appreciate your time today.
Yeah, thank you.
And thank you very much.
Thanks for having me. This was
Yeah,
fun.
This was great. Have a great day now.
Thanks.